Right. So what you do is you go to file. Yeah, initially you get a default file, and here it's named as home, and it shows index.html. That's the default name for the home page. So first thing what you have to do is you have to set the size of the web page by right clicking, going to page properties, appearance, and width you give it as 1300 by 620, right? And if you go to page background color, you go to background, drop background, and select use page background. Then drop on page color and select a desired color based on the question. Right. So this is widescreen, and this will nicely fit on the web browser. Okay, now what we do is, if they have asked you to design the home page, you do the design here, right? Like in this question, you have to design the home page. If not, if they have asked an inner page to be designed, what you do is you start by cloning this page, clone page, and then you go to properties of it, page properties, and here you change the name to about us, something like about us, and so do the file name, something like about.html. Make sure you use simple letters and put .html, right? So then you go to about us and you start designing the about us page. That is, if they have asked you to design the inner page. If they have asked you to start with the home page, you have to design the home page. Okay. So let me show you how to design the home page. You may use a text box to add a title here, something like to my web page. Usual formatting: Control A to select all, increase the font, center line, change the font color, font and the font color. Right, and that's the title, and let's say you want a logo. Place the logo there. Right, now usually this is based on a layout that the question gives, so make sure that you stick to the layout. And if you want further text, like the body text here, draw a text box, and let's get some dummy text into it. Do is you paste everything. I'll paste it again to fill some more text, and then Control A, increase the font. Right, they may have given a picture as well to be included here. So for example, let's say the text should be somewhere there and the picture should be here. So use the image icon, place the picture. It's so easy. Web Plus is so easy that you don't need to use tables like in Word. Let's not rotate this. Right. Yeah. Now to get the navigation. Now there should be a navigation in order to go to the inner pages. We have two options. One is to take the navigation button, the other one is to get the navigation bar. Now navigation bar automatically takes the links, creates the links using the pages that you have created, right? So you need to have the pages, other pages, in order to fill the navigation bar, or else you can insert the navigation bar first, like this, and here you have horizontal navigation and even vertical navigation like this. So you just got to select the navigation you want. Right now you can see automatically it has created two buttons for the home and the about us, and if you duplicate and create the other pages, this will automatically update, right? So before you clone it further, you have to get the navigation bar, right? So that's navigation bar. And also look at the navigation button. If they ask you to create a single navigation button, right, you give the label here, like let's say click here to download or something, right? And to give the hyperlink, what you do is you click on hyperlink tab, and if it is a link to an inner page in the site, you select site page, where you can drop this down and select the page that you have created. Or else if it is an outside internet URL, then you click on internet page and give the full URL here. So let me just link this to google.com. So that's how you give external hyperlinks, right? Right, so that's a navigation button, and this one is a navigation bar, right? And similarly, most of the sites, they have a footer area, so you can simply copy this and duplicate, Ctrl V, and place it here in the footer area. And usually this footer contains the last updated date and copyright information, maybe links to terms and conditions, things like that, right? Or sometimes the same navigation links as text links here. For example, something like copyright, I want to put copyright 2017, all rights reserved, something like that. Center line, some copyright information, right? So basically you get the complete design here before you duplicate, and you can fill a color there. Font color is white. Okay. Right, for this activity you must be taking maximum half an hour, not more than that. Right, fine. So let's say that we have completed the home page. We'll come to, let's say, home page. Right. Now, if you are linking the logo, if you are giving a link to one of the pictures, then you right click on the picture and click on hyperlink, and again the same method. If you are linking to an inner page, you select site page. If you are linking to an external link, you have internet page. So let me link this again to google.com. Right, okay, now we have designed the home page, but our about us page is not designed yet. So I'm going to drop this page, delete this page. Okay, that takes out the link from the navigation bar as well. And now I'm going to duplicate this home page because I have finished designing the home page. Right click, clone, and right click again, go to page properties and change the name, about us, also the page name, all simple, about us .html or just about.html. This should be a dot. Right, now if you go to home, about us, it's the same, and you can see the links are updated, and all you got to do is just double click on about us and change the relevant sections for that page, such as the title will be now about us, and the text will be different, the picture will be different. So let me take a different picture. front picture. Right. Okay, now let's say we have several other links there should be several other links in the navigation bar, something like gallery and contact us. Although they haven't asked you to give the pages, the designs of the pages, they just want the links there, right? So now you know that this navigation bar takes the links from the pages that we have created. Therefore, you have to clone this as well, clone, and then page properties, and this one is gallery, and don't forget to change the name as well, gallery.html. Right, let's take another page, clone, right click, page properties, this time contact us, contact.html. Web Plus is so easy. What do you say? It's easy, right? Yeah, it's easier than Word, extremely easy than Word. Right, so we have got the navigation, right? If you go to home, there also it's updated, but I changed the, no, it's fine, right? Hold on. Right, now comes to the most important part of testing this website, because usually they ask you to extract the HTML code and display it, right? So what we do is we go here, preview site, or else we go to file, preview site, right? Remember, it should be preview site. In previous versions it might have preview web page. It should be preview site, and let's take preview in Mozilla Firefox. Right, there you go. It is nicely fit into the size, right? And you don't have to zoom in or zoom out to get everything into the window. And in fact, these links will be working. It takes a little bit of time because it has created a temporary local server, and this is the exact experience that you would get if it is published in web, right? See, you see that it takes a little bit time to download, right? And these links are working. Right, now what they ask is to extract the HTML code in certain locations. For example, they might ask you to go to the About Us page and extract the link to the home page. So what you do is you simply right click on the home button in the navigation bar and select inspect element. This will show you the HTML code section used to create this link. Okay, but the thing is, now when you are shown with so much of code like this, how are you going to find out which code actually creates the link? For that you need to have little bit of knowledge on HTML, right? To create a link in HTML, we use a tag called anchor A, and it goes as ahref, right? So although this home span is selected, you have to look for the ahref if they wanted you to extract the hyperlink code, right? Now here you see the A tag is the anchor tag, and if you closely look at the rest of the properties, you see ahref, anchor tag, href, the link to the file is there. Okay, so this should be the code, and it gets selected as well, right? If you go to home, it selects only the text, but if you click on anchor tag, it selects the whole button. So what you do is you right click and copy outer HTML in Firefox. If it is Chrome, you just go to copy and copy element, copy element. Here copy outer HTML. Okay, now you go to Word and let's put the question number, HTML code to create the link to to home page in the navigation. So don't forget to put a small title and paste. Right, now there you go. Right. Nicely align it. You can take the anchor tag, the closing tag of anchor. This is the opening tag, this is the closing tag with the /. Take it there. Right, so that's the code. Further, it's better if you highlight the important parts of this code, such as this one, and this. Increase the font, control curly brackets, increase the font, bold, and increase the font, and this part as well. Why do we do this? Because we want to show the examiner that we actually knows the HTML code. Right? When you do something, we know it. Right? And so that will create a big impact on the examiner. Right? This fellow not only knows how to extract the code, but he knows what the code is. Right? Okay, let's say in part B they wanted you to extract the code, the HTML code, to insert that main image. That main image, that's this one. Okay, so again you go to the browser. Right, this time what you do is, just like you right clicked on the home, you right click on the image and select inspect element. Now this time, since you don't have a link there, you can't find the ahref. Well, actually we linked this no, we didn't link this. So we look for something else. We should look for something else, not the ahref, if we haven't linked this. This is this was supposed to be linked. That's in the home now. So this is not linked. So what is the HTML tag that inserts a picture into the browser? It is img, image tag. Right now it's already highlighted. You see the picture is getting highlighted. So what you do is you right click on img and go to copy out HTML, and also notice, and then go to Word and paste. Right, normally the img tag doesn't have a closing tag, although it was visible here, and when you copy the HTML tag, it doesn't come here. Normally the img tag doesn't have a closing tag. It's called an empty element. Right, again it's important that you highlight the important sections in this. That's this one. Right, why is that? This is the img element or the tag. This is alternative text, and this is source. This is where it specifies where the picture is coming from. Okay, and this greater than sign, which is the end part of the tag. It's not the closing tag. If it is a closing tag, it should be something like this /img, but whether you put it or not, it's fine. But normally img tag doesn't have the closing tag. Okay, right. As a third one, let's say they wanted you to extract the hyperlink for one of the images. Okay. HTML that creates a hyperlink to an image. Right. Okay. Now what you do is, first you have to look for a picture that has a hyperlink. So if they ask you to extract the HTML code for this, it's the same method. You right click and inspect element and extract it. You should look for ahref. Right, now I think we linked the home page. Okay, this is linked. What you do is you right click, inspect element, Right, now although it's a picture, you should look for ahref because it's linked. And here you see the img tag. Above that you see the ahref, and you can see that img is inside the ahref. Right, that should be the way. Right, the whole image is given a hyperlink, so img tag is inside the ahref. So you shouldn't right click on img, you should select ahref because they wanted the hyperlink. So right click, copy out HTML, go to Word and paste. Here we go. Right, so now you can highlight this because they wanted the hyperlink, and this one. Right, so the img is within the opening tag and the closing tag of anchor. Right, now apart from this, they will ask you to show the output of the web pages. So what we do is we preview the site in the browser and use the snipping tool to take full screenshot with the browser. So that is evidence of testing in the browser. Right, let's say D is homepage. Okay, so remember, all your printouts should be one page, one A4 page, although here it goes to several pages. Remember, every print out should be one page, right? Okay, now I select the other page, about us. Do the same thing, snipping tool, click on new, extract, close it without saving, and about us page. Right, if you are getting color printers, you will be lucky because you've added a lot of colors, right? And if you are not getting color printers, you're pretty unlucky. Right, that's about it. That's the Web Plus the tips. I don't think they can ask anything other than this. This is the maximum complexity you can expect. Got it? Yeah. Good luck.